We are going to talk about Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who says Biden's sexual assault allegation not clear-cut. All right, this is an article from NPR. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says an accusation of sexual assault against former Vice President Joe Biden is not clear-cut, but it remains of great importance to listen to survivors and allow for proper due process in such cases. Okay, due process. I'm a fan of due process. But the speakers of NPR's Morning Edition, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said, there have been investigative journalists that have corroborated certain aspects of her account that is undeniable and have raised questions about other aspects of her account. She's concerned, though, that an early rush to take sides could signal hypocrisy from her party and potentially alienate victims of sexual violence. Well, the DNC already did it because when you have Amy Klobuchar, Nancy Pelosi, good old Nancy, and you also have Kristen Gillibrand, and who else you have? You also have Kamala Harris.
Abrams.
Yeah, Stacey Abrams.
Maybe we should say it this way. All the people that politically benefit from not taking her side.
Absolutely. So, I mean, they already sided with Joe Biden, even though that there are family members of Tara Reade as well as her neighbor.
We should start a new hashtag. I'm with him.
Ooh. Maybe we should. Maybe it'll be trending on Twitter before Twitter decides to censor it. So, real quick, I just want to also add on this. This is another comment from Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It certainly seems as though something has happened. I'm not sure, she said. Later adding, frankly, this is a messy moment, and I think we need to acknowledge that it is not clear-cut. Well, okay, I understand what you're saying, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, but newsflash, there's not, only Tara Reade, but there's 7 other women that have come forward in regards towards former Vice President Joe Biden's, his interactions with them. And let's not forget that there's so many videos on social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, or any other account, showing Biden being creepy towards women, hands-on women, and little young girls. So, not clear-cut. Well, okay, you're entitled to that opinion, but something happened. And just a quick reminder, Joe Biden is the Democratic nominee, and he's going up against Trump. And if you don't think that Trump's not going to capitalize on Joe Biden and the hypocrisy of the Me Too movement and Time's Up, I don't know what world you're living in, but here's what's clear-cut. Biden is going to get slaughtered by Trump during the debates. Biden has a whole sad history of being on the wrong side of politics, and he's a guy that clearly has signs of early dementia, or if not, he has it already. So, not clear-cut. Say that to Tara Reade's face. Daniel.
Yeah, so this is a situation that keeps on evolving, keeps on giving in a very weird way. So again, I'm from the point of view of look, we need evidence, we need police to treat these accusations as credible, put actual resources. I mean, so many parts of the system have failed these women for so many years, to the fact that, just in my lifetime, when was it that you could I can't say the word on YouTube, but you could not have sex with your wife, and it was completely legal. That's like the 90s. It was legal to do that, and that was not a crime. It was not. You could not legally negatively have sex with your wife.
Oh,
I can't use the right exact term on YouTube.
I know.
But
hold on, because I was trying to figure out, because of YouTube censorship.
Yes,
there we go. Hey, YouTube, fix yourself.
Yeah, it's like society has already failed women for a long period of time. Now, my big thing is the hypocrisy. AOC, everyone else, Nancy Pelosi, Stacey Abrams, and really especially Stacey Abrams, was against Brett Kavanaugh. Now, when we covered Brett Kavanaugh, you can go back and follow that. We were like, yeah, this is bad. They might, but even then we were saying that might not be the best. They might not win this. We've been consistent. We've said we've been worried about partisanship. We're worried about these things being used as political footballs. But we also say believe the women. Just investigate. Take it seriously. Do what you can. We understand that a lot of these cases you can't fully go through, but at least something. Here's the crazy thing. Right now, there are more articles by CNN about Elizabeth Warren falsely accusing Bernie Sanders of saying that she could not win the presidential election than this. But there are 600 articles about Brett Kavanaugh. My point is, there's no consistency, and that shows, and that makes voters, and we have another story about that a little bit later, that makes voters such as AOC put, assault victims themselves or just regular people go, wait a minute, where's the consistency in this? It's just like with Joe Biden. Hey, Donald Trump, we have Russiagate, Russia. Biden does basically the same thing with Ukraine. No, it's no big deal.
And China.
And China. And Brett Kavanaugh, oh, we have this one story from one person that no one is able to corroborate with. We need to believe. And again, I'm not saying they should act one way or another. I'm just saying they should act consistently.
Yeah.
It's a very easy standard to do. So if Brett Kavanaugh, if the literally the same person at The Intercept broke both stories, Democrats act differently. It's almost as if the reality is that for all the women that are in power, your Stacey Abrams of the world, your Kamala Harris, your Elizabeth Warren, all these different people, the answer is believe all women. Unless it's politically advantageous for us to not believe all women, then don't.
And let's also look as a final note, too, because when Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says it's not all clear-cut, again, say that to Tara Reade's face and say that to any other victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, rape. Say that to their face. Say it's not all clear-cut. Because, you know, what we have to remember is women right now, and especially victims of rape, are right now being traumatized because you're seeing on social media where you have the vote blue no matter who people saying, well, I would have my daughter, or I would get raped, or I would see my friends get raped by Biden and still vote for him over
goes
Trump.
All my careful wording. I should be laughing at that, but it's just kind of like,
Yeah, well, assaulted by Biden. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. But the sad fact is that you have the DNC showing its hypocrisy. You have, you know, this whole system of failure. And now it's with Tara Reade right now having to relive all of this and hearing women in power just saying, well, it's not all clear cut, or we believe Joe Biden. When it comes time around again for another Republican maybe to run into office, they're going to use this case against them.
It destroys everything that they've built. That's the thing that gets me annoyed. With the entire thing, with the entire situation. I believe unequivocally with the concept that we need to be moving down a position, down a line that women have increasingly more ability to get access to rights. And it's not even more rights. It's more ability to enforce the rights that they already have. That might be a better way to put it, which we've just failed at in so many categories in this country that so that's part of it. But again, this sets everything back. If Me Too is supposed to be this bastion for women, and I thought when Me Too first came about, I was like, oh, this is good.
I think we all did, Dan.
This is going to lead to a situation where I was thinking regular people, because with the elites always get what they want anyway, but regular people, if you're in a middle management position at some no-name firm, that if you're getting groped or whatever it is, that you have a place to go. There's a system that will be in place, and people will believe you. People will call it out. But no, what happened with Me Too? It basically allowed a number of women that in Hollywood that are already basically allowed multimillionaire women who already had power and influence to get more power and influence. And I don't think that there's
and
really...
Tara Reade went to them, too, for help, and they still turned her away. She went to Elizabeth Warren for help.
And you have entire cases of regular people where nothing's changed at all. Nothing's changed for these people. And I feel bad because it's like I just want a line of progress to go forward, and Me Too and Time's Up have, in a sense, undone, in my mind, much of what they've done, if not actually backtracked. Because now what do people say? This thing was believe all women. Not even Me Too believes all women anymore. Their own thing is bad. It's a mob mentality that got taken over and turned into democratic people running, taking over, and it means nothing anymore. So now, to Kit's point, when there's anything that comes up and happens, and any real assault occurs, all Republicans are going to do is the Democrats don't believe in this, and it didn't happen, and no one cares, and the Democrats are going to come back with. That's fair enough. And then what? Who's that help? Who helps with this? Here's the truth. Sadly, Me Too has helped wealthy people and powerful people become wealthy and more powerful. Hasn't helped with regular people. In fact, I think at this point,
it's really the rich
and the Democrats now involving themselves in the way they are have actually hurt women and set them back. Because now, if anyone wants to say that, if any group wants to come forward, if there's anything that happens for the next 20 or 30 years, everyone's going to go, look at Me Too.
Well, see, the thing is, it's now a system to help out the rich. It's to help out the top 1%. And then, once again, victims are left voiceless. So, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, you came into power with hope. But, Come on, saying that's not clear cut. You know better than that.